Welcome to the beautiful studios at First Star Logistics. You're in the trenches with Dave Lapham. Everybody's all wang-chunged and upset. Oh, Joe Burrow. Oh, he looks like he's struggling. He's having problems. Is he okay physically? Joe's fine. They gave Joe Burrow a day off, and a lot of people thought, oh, what's the deal? Has he got swelling? Has he got problems with the knee? No. Let's put it this way. Joe Burrow is a human being. Joe Burrow's not Superman, not a superhero. The guy just had major surgery just a few months ago. It's remarkable how much he is doing right now, but you don't want to overdo it. And at this point in time, Joe is still lifting to strengthen it and doing rehab to get through that process. You don't want to fall behind in the rehabilitation after the surgery. There's rehab procedures that need to be followed. So he's lifting twice a week, and he's doing rehabilitation twice a week on top of meetings, practice, and everything else. So there's nothing wrong with it this early stage in training camp, giving him a day off where on walkthrough, he didn't even go out there. He did all of his rehabilitation with the training staff. Stay ahead in the rehabilitation process. Don't slack off on that. Don't do other things. Say, I'll forget rehab today. Got to do rehab. That's the most important thing. You don't want to fall behind in rehab and then say, now I can't catch up. You don't want that causes a little blip in the screen. That causes a little setback. So I thought it was really smart. Let him take the morning off. Don't even go out there. Do the rehabilitation. In the afternoon, he went out there and took all the mental reps. And it was short yards and goal line installation. It was a day for running backs. And Joe Burrow was out there taking every mental rep, encouraging his teammates, observing everything. He didn't miss a beat mentally. So then compound that with the next day, a day off. They had their first day off on Thursday. So you have back-to-back days off physically from a football standpoint. And I thought that was smart. I mean, there's no swelling. There's no issues that Joe Burrow is dealing with other than just the final stages of rehabilitation. Trey Hopkins is doing the same thing. Trey Hopkins isn't doing all the team reps. Trey Hopkins is doing a lot of the individual drills. Every surgery is different. Every rehabilitation is different. And everybody is on similar but different schedules in how the medical staff and the coaching staff are putting together a program for each guy. It's not just one size fits all. It's very specific to their individual situations. So don't worry about Joe Burrow. Don't worry about the offense. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine. And knock on wood, Cincinnati Bengals so far have avoided major injury. You've got hamstring tweaks, groin tightness, all the sort of things that you get periodically from training camp, particularly with the guys that are running around a lot. Quentin Spain tweaked his left knee a little bit in the live run blocking portion of things for the offensive and defensive line, but nothing that's going to cause any lengthy issues in terms of injury. So at this stage of training camp, full speed ahead, and it's the early stages. They still have 38 days till they open the season against the Minnesota Vikings. That is a long time in the sport of football. A lot of practices to get under your belt. So sit tight and enjoy it. Don't panic. Way too early. And finally, on this subject about Joe Burrow, the offense, pressure's a privilege. It really is. I mean, expectations, there's nothing wrong with that. Joe Burrow wants to be great. The Bengals offense wants to be great. Meet the expectations. Handle the pressure. I'm telling you, it's much better than fan base and everybody not having any expectations. Pressure is part of being a professional. And who can handle it and who can deliver under pressure separates the men from the boys. And in my opinion, Joe Burrow is a man. And there's quite a few men on the Bengals offense. So I'm not really worried about the early stages of training camp at this point in time. Do they want to play better? Do they want to perform better? Absolutely. Absolutely. But don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's slow down a little bit.
Hi, Dave Lapham here. Have you heard about In the Trenches with Dave Lapham, presented by First Star Logistics? Catch new episodes from the world of sports and broadcasting, Search for In the Trenches with Dave Lapham on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.